Hey, my name is Ray, and you're watching Ray of Books, and welcome to the 23rd installment of my currently checked out series. If you are new to my channel and have never seen any of my currently checked out videos before, essentially the purpose of this series is to raise awareness and share the resources that I utilize from my local public libraries. I live in San Francisco, so the San Francisco Public Library system is the one that I utilize the most often. However, I also use public library systems throughout the state of California. At the end of each video, I'll be giving y'all a price tally on how much money I saved by utilizing the resources available to me through public libraries. So the past few weeks, I feel like I've been doing really good with keeping my checkouts in check. This week, somehow we have 10 items checked out, so let's hop into it. The first thing that I currently have checked out is actually not a physical book. It is something that I streamed via Hoopla, and that is an episode of Season 2 of My Life is Murder starring Lucy Lawless. Lucy Lawless is playing ex-cop Alexa Crow, who is currently working as a police advisor in solving murders throughout Australia. It's an absolutely campy, corny, fun, joyful show with kind of sort of low stakes, which I really enjoy. However, Hoopla's video streaming quality is absolute trash, which I hate to say, so I'm probably going to be switching to the DVD version of this soon. But I do want to say, if you are into campy murder mysteries and anything that pops up on Acorn TV, you might want to give this one a shot. And if you're a huge fan of Lucy Lawless like I am, I would definitely recommend giving this a watch. The next thing that I currently have checked out is a physical item, and it is Absolution by Murder by Peter Tremayne. And I talked about this one in a previous video, so I'm not going to go too much into detail for it here. But essentially, I got the physical copy. I got it through Link Plus. It came from the Mountain View Public Library. So I got it. I'm loving it. I'm almost done with it. Can you see? Can you see? Yeah, so I'm almost done with it, and I'm really excited to continue on with this series. I'm also not going to put the price for that one in this video because I would have technically bought the physical copy of it the last time I showed it in a video. So the next item that I currently have checked out is A Way to Stay by Mary Kuryla. I was browsing around, and it was the title of this one that caught my attention because it seemed like such a strange phrase, a way to stay. So that's how I ended up checking it out. Essentially, this is a coming-of-age story following 12-year-old Ola, whose mother is a bit of a liar and also a Russian, what's the word I'm thinking of? A Russian... She came to the United States to escape some kind of political situation that she was in. And I know there's a specific word for it. I'm going to put it on the screen when I remember what the word is. Anywho, her mother is that and a huge fat liar. And one day her mother decides that she's going to go off and pursue a career of becoming a ballerina. And she leaves Ola with her cousin, Jack, who is an Afghanistan veteran who has stolen a police dog named Bird. And Ola goes to live with him, and I think it's saying that Ola's main purpose or goal is to train this untrainable dog named Bird. And it just seemed like a really interesting and strange story, so I think I'm looking forward to reading it. I'm not exactly sure, but it does sound weirdly entertaining, and it has the theme of dysfunctional families, so why not? The next item that I currently have checked out is Someday Maybe by Onyi Nwabineli. I am a little bit nervous about reading this one. I've had it on hold for what feels like forever, and the hold finally came in, and now I find myself scared to read it. It's centered around a woman named Eve whose husband and the absolute love of her life commits suicide unexpectedly, and she's the one who finds the body. The story follows her as she navigates through grief and family relationships, and it just sounds like a really hard-hitting, tough story, and I tend to get really emotional whenever I think of the possibility of someone dying, especially like if my husband were to die, like I can't help but put myself in those shoes whenever I read a book. So I might not read this one, but I also might give it a chance to see how far I can make before it just utterly destroys my soul. So we'll see what happens. Next up is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. I realized once this hold came in that I had this confused with an absolutely different haunted house-ish themed book. However, I'm still probably going to read this one anyway. From what I understand, it follows two siblings who inherit their parents' house upon their parents' death, and it's haunted in some way, shape, or form, and they don't know what to do with it, so I think they're going to attempt to sell it, as the title says. I have read other works by this author. I think I read his Horror Store, which is about kind of like a haunted IKEA situation, and I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, I just enjoyed it. But the book that I was thinking of is, and if anyone knows, please leave it in the comments down below, but it's a story about a woman who returns to her house, and one of her parents was a serial killer, and the house that she's returning to is where all the bodies were kept. And I could be making this up. I could have confused this with an episode on Netflix or Cold Cases or something, but I'm pretty sure it was a book. I literally can't remember what the title was, and every time I search for it, this one comes up, and I don't think this one has anything to do with serial killers. So if anyone knows the book that I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments down below. The next chunk of things that I've currently checked out is a graphic novel series, and it is Heathen Volume 1, 2, and 3, and it's by Natasha I can't read the font. Alterici? I'm going to say Alterici because I don't know if this is a C or a K or a what's going on there. And I think it's illustrated by Rachel Deering. Ooh, voiceover Ray on the track. I just want to make a correction. It's supposed to be letters by Rachel Deering and not illustrations by Rachel Deering. I saw a blurb for this one that basically said this is smashing the patriarchy, Viking style, and that was kind of all I really needed to read this. From what I understand, though, it is about this Viking warrior woman named Adais? Something that starts with an A, and she is on a mission to end the oppressive reign of the god king Odin, and it just sounds like a really good, really fun, really exciting Viking adventure, and it's only 3 bound volumes. I believe it's a 12-issue run, and that sounds good to me, so why not? Also, I do want to say that this is available on Hoopla, which is usually where I tend to gravitate towards for reading my graphic novels. However, lately I've discovered that I miss the feel. I miss the feel of graphic novels. I miss seeing like the colors not digitized. So I'm excited to get back into reading physical graphic novels and comics. And of course, since I'm excited to read physical graphic novels and comics, I, as per usual, went overboard. The next thing I currently have checked out is all 5 of the volumes of the Goldie Vance series. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is hidden away somewhere back here. And this is by Hope Larson, and the colors and illustrations are by Brittany Williams and Sarah Stern. I absolutely enjoyed Salt Magic by Hope Larson, and that was in a previously currently checked out video, so I was curious to see what else she'd written, so I did a little catalog peruse, and I saw that she wrote this Goldie Vance series, so I looked up the reviews because I don't have time for disappointment anymore. And I saw that they looked pretty solid, so I said, why not give this a try myself? Goldie Vance follows teenage girl Goldie, who dreams of becoming the in-house detective for the resort that her father manages. She's currently shadowing the current in-house detective and solving mysteries and building friendships along the way. It's really cute sounding and really fun sounding, and I'm looking forward to seeing if I enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Salt Magic. Another graphic novel that I currently have checked out is Dungeon Club Roll Call by Molly Knox Ostertag and Xanthe Bouma. This is a Dungeons and Dragons inspired story, and it follows two best friends, Jess and Olivia, who are in middle school. And Jess is a little more withdrawn and shy and introverted. And Olivia is just a little bit more extroverted than Jess is. But together they are best friends, and they currently have a two-person D&D game going on where Olivia is the dungeon master and Jess is like playing out her own solo epic adventure, which sounds really cute. However, homegirl Olivia decides that she wants to open up the game to some other people, try and make some other friends, and Jess is not vibing with that at all. So Jess goes into this kind of withdrawn state, and she's like, is this friendship even worth saving? I'm not sure I like these other kids. You know, that whole middle school angst drama, yes. But I am really looking forward to reading this. It sounds really, really cute, really, really adorable, and I'm hoping it turns out to be a cute story of friendship redemption. Last graphic novel, I promise. I absolutely promise. And that is Iyanu, Child of Wonder, Volume 1 by Roye Okupe with Godwin Akpan. So I checked out Volume 2 in the last video and then promptly realized I have no idea what it was about anymore. So now I've checked out Volume 1. And basically it's about the girl named Iyanu, who is a teenage orphan who has absolutely zero memories of her past. But one day she discovers that she has magical abilities or powers. And with those magical abilities and powers, she is meant to stop the destruction of the world or the planet or what have you from this group of people called the Corrupt. And that's all I know about it from the synopsis. And the absolute last thing that I currently have checked out is a children's book, and it is another D&D inspired thing, and it's Dungeon Academy Tourney of Terror, and this is the second book in the Dungeon Academy series by Madeleine Roux. I stinking loved the first book. It's Dungeon Academy No Humans Allowed. Basically, the series follows this girl named Zelly, who, she's so adorable, y'all. She's so adorable. She is found abandoned in a forest by a Minotaur couple who adopt her and disguise her as a Minotaur so she could attend dungeon school. And dungeon school is where the monsters of the D&D world go to learn how to be monsters in the dungeon. And it's just a really cute, touching story, and one of my favorite things about it is that it has like little illustrations scattered throughout. The first one is really good. There's a review of it somewhere on my Instagram, Puff Daddy Ray, if you don't follow me there, and I really enjoyed it. So I was really excited when I discovered like the series was continuing onwards, so promptly put a hold on Volume 2. Volume 2 came in, and it's following Zelly and her friends as they compete in the annual dungeon, what's it called? The annual Tourney of Terror games, which sounds adorable, and basically her and her friends discover something that has the opportunity to upset the things for everyone and everything in the D&D world, and it sounds really good, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. So that is everything that I currently have checked out. That is 10 physical items and 1 streamed episode of My Life is Murder. And I saved a grand total of $187.52 by accessing all of these things from my local public library system. And it would not be a currently checked out video without me asking y'all, what do you currently have checked out? And if you don't have anything currently checked out, you want to keep that information private, or you're not a library user, and if you just feel like answering another question on top of what do you currently have checked out, what are some of your favorite graphic novels / comics, and are you more of a physical or digital comic graphic novel reader? Let me know in the comments down below. For me, I'm definitely returning back to being a physical comic / graphic novel reader, and it's a nice feeling. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me out with the algorithm. And if you ever want to hear me sporadically babble about books ever again, please subscribe. It really does mean the world to me. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day and reading wonderful books, and I will catch you in the next one. Toodles!